Hey everybody, it's Gage from the Mana Clan, here today to do a standard deck tech. It is my green-white tokens deck. This is the standard deck I use for every standard event I go to on Mondays at Gatehouse Games in Altoona. If you're from Central Pennsylvania and you ever go to Altoona, I recommend giving them a visit. Owner's a great guy. This is not sponsored by them or anything, but it's a great store. Pretty good people. So, either way, it's like I said, it's green-white tokens. We'll go a little overview before. Best matchup, maybe like the vampire decks that are kind of popular now. Banned company is about 50-50. Just really depends on the draws of both sides. Spell Queller kind of fucking destroys me, but Avacyn is really, really good against them. So, But Thermo Alchemist decks, I would honestly say are in our favor. I've played some Rise from the Tides. That is very dependent on getting Avacyn out. Other than that, what are the other good decks? Green, Black, Delirium. I would say if we curve out and they curve out, I think we have a better chance, barring some broken Emrakul. I mean, we have sorcery speed removal, so Emrakul isn't impossible to get rid of, but they get to take my turn, so they can just use it on my stuff. So it just depends. That's a very situational matchup. Other than that, Spirit's Company is just a terrible matchup. They just destroy me unless I get a God draw, and they get absolutely nothing. All right, but here we go. We'll start off with the X mana cost spells with 4 Hangerback Walker. Great card. I mean, has been since release of Origins. Obviously on its way out. I will sorely miss this card, but in this deck it's just fantastic. Great mana sink early game, great mana sink late game, and it's just hard for them to deal with if they don't have an exile effect. So just an all-around great card, giving me lots of little flyers. We'll go next with 2 Secure the Waste. Great to build a board state against the ground games. Great combat trick on the defensive. Just a fantastic card again. Also going to be missed when that set rotates out. As far as 1-drops go, we only run 1, and that is 3 Oath of Nissa. I thought 4 was a 1 too many, just strictly because if I don't have one in my opening hand, I do not want to draw it turn 2 or turn 3 usually. Usually I have other things I would rather do than draw one of these turn 2 or turn 3, because then it just makes, I want to do it and it just makes a little awkward. I'd rather draw it turn 5, 6 plus, or just have it in my opening hand. So I thought 3 was a good number for that. Next card is 3 Den Protectors. Very versatile card, very resilient against control, being able to retrieve cards from my graveyard. Fantastic against the Thermo Alchemist decks because they have nothing that can block this, and if you can get it above 3 toughness, they only have 1 card in their deck, main board usually, that can destroy this creature, and then, like I said, they just can't block it. They have no creatures with power usually. Next card is just a staple green card in every green deck, and that is Sylvan Advocate. Fantastic creature. Great early, even better late game, good blocker, good attacker, all around just fantastic card. I mean, everyone in green plays at least one of these guys, so it's gotta be good, right? A little bit of removal here. We got 4 Dramoka's Commands, fantastic removal, as well as gets rid of those stupid enchantments, like Virulent Plague that just shuts me down. I can get rid of those with these very easily, and in fact benefit, I can kill a creature and destroy that, or pump a creature and destroy that. So very versatile card. All of the commands are great, but yes. So we move to a 1 of Angelic Purge, one way to get rid of Emrakul main board, as well as giving me the ability to remove something and sack a Hangerback Walker. Great with Avacyn. Well, maybe not great with Avacyn. I mean, late game, if I can give my creatures indestructible, then this is great with Avacyn. If I can flash her in and then play this, or if I really don't care about the Thopter tokens, just great to flip over Avacyn as well as remove a threat. we'll move to a new card. The only new card in the new set that I added was 2 Collective Effort. I've been flirting with 3. I'm not really sure how I feel about it. Another very versatile card. Pumps the team, gets rid of enchantments, and another way to get rid of Emrakul, which is just fantastic. If I could top deck this after they take my turn for me, it's fantastic. Then, you know, crisis averted. Alright, now on to, you know, the MVPs of the deck. Nissa, Voice of Zendikar. Fantastic, defends herself, pumps the team, and usually I don't ultimate her, but if I can, obviously it's a great ability. Being able to draw usually 6, 7, 8 cards. It's just fantastic. I mean, green-white doesn't have that much card advantage, so it's nice to have her ultimate to fall back on if I can defend her. Very versatile and great at pumping up little Thopters to just chip in there for damage. And, you know, my opinion, best card in the deck, Gideon, ally of Zendikar, running a playset of those as well. I mean, what can I say that hasn't been said about this card? You know, as a standalone card, it's debatably best card in Standard right now. Definitely in the top 3 as just a, you know, standalone card. Pumps the whole team, gives me a creature the turn it's down to defend itself, and if worse comes to worse, you know, he can beat down with the best. So, great card there. And the top end of the curve, you know, the big girl herself, Archangel Avacyn, who of course flips into Avacyn the Purifier. Fantastic combat trick in herself, as well as a great board wipe to where I can wipe the board against some decks and have a 6/5 flyer. I mean, yeah, sometimes it wipes my board, but normally by the time I have an Avacyn out, everything on my squad, or at least the stuff I really care about, has above 3 toughness. So just a fantastic finisher, fantastic combat trick, just a great creature all around. We'll move on to the mana base now here. First things first, we are running 3 Westphal Abbey. 2 is not enough and 4 is way too many. So 3 is just right. Great against the Thermo Alchemist decks. If I can flip this over early, they have to spend 2, 3, maybe spells to get rid of this guy whenever he flips over into Ormondal. And of course, being a tokens generating deck, I have plenty of guys to sacrifice away to this land to flip him over. If not, it's a great late game mana sink to give me some blockers, give me some time to find an answer to whatever I'm facing. Next land is 4, whoa, bump the camera, 4 Fortified Village. Great mana fixing, great early, not so great late, but, you know, it's a green-white land that can come in untapped. What else are you gonna ask for, right? And then 4 Canopy Vista. I would say better than Fortified Village for sure. Definitely better to draw late game if I need a land drop. And I obviously wouldn't have any lands in my hand, then Fortified Village is a little or if I'm drawing this late, chances are I will have the basic lands on the field. And to round that out, 7 forests, 7 plains, nice and simple, 2 colors, no crazy shenanigans. I never have mana problems. I never don't have the colors, unless it's some freak game where I've seen it happen where I draw 5 forests and just am pulling Avacyn Gideon off the top. Other than that, not too bad mana problem wise. We'll move on to the sideboard here. For spirits, we've got Aerial Volley. Pretty good to get out early if they're tapped out and, you know, they have not a selfless spirit, preferably, but, you know, Rattle Chains, Maelstrom Wanderer, or Mausoleum Wanderer, I'm sorry. You know, it's a 1 mana, kill 3 creatures on a good note. Sometimes it's 1 mana, take out a Spell Queller. Not bad, just a Lightning Bolt. Flyers. Next we have 2 Clip Wings. Also good for Emrakul decks. If they have no other flyers, then you can pitch this down before they get to take their extra turn for you, and, you know, negates that threat of Emrakul just eating all your dudes. Also pretty good against spirits, but, you know. Next we have 2 Hallowed Moonlight for the Bant Company matchup. Oh man, I love going turn 4. They collect the company, I Hallowed Moonlight, they get nothing, I get a card. Fantastic, I love it. It's the only thing it's in here for. I mean, so, you know, there's nothing else for it. There's no, you know, not too many reanimation spells in standard, let alone any good ones, so don't need that. Next we have 2 Declaration in Stone. Good against the white weenies decks, good against everything. If they're running multiple creatures, multiple of the same creature, this is great. You know, sure, they get to draw some cards, might get a little bit of card advantage, but I'm usually not too worried about that. If I'm casting this, then I usually am trying to be on the aggressive and just gonna try to wear down their life total before they can do anything about it. Next, specifically for the white weenie matchup, or anything basically, any ground game where I think I need to be more resilient or I'm going to be slower, we have 4 Deathmist Raptor, great with Den Protector, where I can just, you know, play these guys out, have them chump block in front of a Thalia's Lieutenant that's huge or something like that. Oh, excuse me. And then just recur them, and it's a great way to get in there. If someone has one big creature, these guys will just, you know, attack through. They don't want to trade anything for a 3/3 that I'm just going to recur easily. So that's why that guy's in there. Next we have another Angelic Purge. Usually bring that in against Emrakul decks or something where, you know, I'm going to want to flip Avacyn more often. I might take out a Dromoka's Command and put something in, or take out a Collective Effort and put this in, depending on what I'm up against. You know, just great all-around removal. Excuse me again. And we have 2 Tragic Arrogance, very good. Usually pretty good in the mirror match. Good against everything, really. If they're gonna have a big board state, I want these. Just to, you know, clear a path, where if I can keep a Gideon and an Avacyn, and they get to keep a creature, you know, I'm in a great position after one of these bad boys. So, fantastic. And a very expensive card, mana cost wise, Linval the Preserver. Great if I can get her out against the Spirit decks. It kind of just says, stop. If this resolves against the Spirit decks, I have plenty of time to find an answer for something. So that's why she's in there. Also, usually I'll bring her in against, you know, white weenies as well. I can take out Nissas. They're slow. They're too slow. You know, maybe even a Gideon for the Deathmist Raptors, and then Linvala, where if I can drop her late game, you know, fantastic 2 blockers and 5 life, because normally I'm behind in those kind of games. So, you know, not too bad. I think this is a very competitive deck right now. I am honestly surprised that no one's really playing it. Like I said, I do definitely think it's a strong deck. If you have any suggestions, leave it down in the comment section below. I know this deck is going to be severely crippled here in a few weeks whenever Origins and Dragons rotate out. But for now, for the next few weeks, you know, throw this together and win some FNMs, win some prizes. Why not, you know? It has good cards like Gideon, like Avacyn, that are going to be good for the next year. So you might as well have those cards available to you. Like I said, it runs Gideon and Avacyn, 2 of the best cards, standalone cards in the set. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, tell me what I did. Tell me what I did wrong. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like. Open to all suggestions. And you guys have a great day.